Hey everybody, here with some Dota, finally. I haven't posted forever, probably for like 5 months or something. I think the last one was like in March or something, which that would be exactly 5 months. But, figured I'd post a little video. This isn't live, as you've probably seen by now, but I figured I'd still post it. I just haven't been playing a lot of Dota lately. I've been really busy during the summer, way busier than I thought I would be. So I just haven't taken the time to do it. But anyways, let's get going. So this is a replay of a game I played earlier. I forget exactly when, but like I've only played 2 games like in the last week, and the other game I played like a little bit before this. Like my team just fed and abandoned within the first like 6 minutes, so it really wasn't much of a game. But this one's kind of more interesting. So let's see. I need to get rid of this, which is this thing. We'll get rid of that for now. So I'm playing Shadow Demon. As you can probably see, we're looking at my perspective right now. And we're just walking around, seeing what's up. So, how this is working is we have Storm going mid, Ursa going bottom, along with Witch Doctor. I was going to go top with Faceless Void, but Void was like, go bottom. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, I don't really care. This is just a normal game. It's not ranked. I haven't played ranked forever just because I haven't felt like trying to take the game like super serious mode and stuff for a while. I kind of just wanted to like just play a game. So I picked Shadow Demon. Was probably in my top 3 supports. I really like Rurik, Shadow Demon, and Lina probably the most out of like the supports. But anyway, we're gonna try lane bottom. Actually, is what's gonna happen. So here we find Lina, and so. Disruption. This is kind of dumb of us. I was trying to box her in so she couldn't move, but she ended up just stunning both me and the Witch Doctor, which is kind of bad. But Ursa came in and got first blood, which was a big deal. Because I mean, look at that. I got 70 out of 200 experience to the next level already down here. So it's like that's super useful as a support, especially in a tri lane. Because in tri lane, you know, you have 3 people who have to get experience in the same lane. It's very like difficult to do. That was a waste of mana, I think, by the Tinker. But I don't think missiles cost that much, really. I'm just trying to harass him out so he can't get last hits, really. That's the most important thing. So, I mean, we got first blood, which was huge. Ursa got the kill, so that's like 400 gold extra, which is huge. I mean, he has like boots already. And that boots on Ursa is really scary, because he already has so much damage. So I feel like we should have been probably more aggressive in getting kills, but I don't know. I don't like to play too aggressive with people I don't know that well, or when we're just starting a game, because I don't know how aggressive they want to be, you know. And Lina, I don't know if you saw it, but down by our pole camp, if you look on the map, is right here, right down there. She put a ward there and she blocked it, and so Witch Doctor is dewarding it right now. So if we're going to go on somebody, I want to wait for him to get here. Because otherwise, I mean, these 2 are quite strong. But they're spending a lot of mana and not really making anything happen with it. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to spend mana and then have nothing happen with it. Because then early game, generally people don't have a lot of mana regen. So losing mana is a huge deal. You'll notice my mana is at 340 even after I spent mana getting the first blood. I spent 120 getting the first blood and it's already back. That's because I regen like 1 mana per second, basically. So, I mean, you probably shouldn't be sitting at max mana, because then you're not taking advantage of your natural mana regen. However, I should have canceled the Clinker's Clarity way earlier. I think I do it now. I should have done that way earlier. But yeah, it's really, really important to try and conserve mana as much as you can. I mean, especially for somebody like Shadow Demon, there's really no reason to spend your mana. All your abilities don't do damage, really, or significant damage. So here we're going in. I just disrupt here because I need to wait for Ursa to get here. Lina's setting up a stun, but it really doesn't matter that much. Because he got the... Ursa got his slow off on Tinker, I think. And then I use Soul Catcher. I don't know if you know... I'll explain his skills real quick in case you don't know what they do. So the first one I used to get the first blood is called Disruption. I just used it there as well. It basically puts people like in like kind of a ball where they can't take damage or anything. And you can use that on friends or enemies. So you can use it on your friends to save them or on enemies to kind of slow them down or whatever. Really, really good for saving your allies. I don't do that well this game. In fact, there's one time I remember I fucked it up a little bit, but it was kind of hard for me to not fuck it up. I wish Ursa would have gone for the range creep and he would have let me take the melee creep, because we missed out on the last hit there. And he would have, like, basically what ended up with that exchange is that I had one less last hit. And last hits as support they're really fucking good. Like, if I had a last hit, I'd be at 150. That's when I have to buy wards if we wanted to buy them. We already have wards, though, so... I think me and the Witch Doctor did a good job keeping wards up for most of the match, up until the point where we kind of just hit critical mass and we're, like, rather unstoppable. Well, not unstoppable, but you know what I mean? Like, to the point where we needed to, like... Because you don't want to just buy wards the entire game. You do want to save up for some items. So it's not that efficient to buy wards the entire game, although it is something you want to do when you can. For example, you'll see our ward right now that we put in the river right here. You can see Lena. I think I might ping it. But back to the skills, right? Right now we're just pulling, so there's not that much happening, just trying to secure farm. Basically. So Disruption, you can put them out of, like, in this banish thing for 2.5 seconds. And the other thing this does is when they come out of the banish, you get 2 illusions of that hero, okay? And they take extra damage and stuff. They take 50% bonus damage, and when you level it up, they do more damage. And they last longer the more you level it up. So it's really good for a couple things. It's really good for saving your teammates, really good for catching out-of-position opponents and stuff. And all that goodness. So we thought the Tinker might be stacking, and he actually was. He just stacked now, unfortunately, because I threw out the poison, which I'll get to in a second, and I didn't see the ancient stack, so I thought he wasn't stacking, but he actually stacked immediately after. I should have kept track of the time and waited for the 5-minute mark, but I did it a little too early. Anyway, I actually have really, really high experience right now. Level 4 as a support at 5 minutes is freaking huge. That is massive. Like, you see a lot of 4 support people as, like, level 4 by, like, the 8-minute mark and stuff. And, like, I'm like, halfway to level 5, you know? It's really good. So, second skill, Soul Catcher. Really, really amazing skill. And he has so many good skills that are really good and, like, all the time. That's why I like to play him. He has so many interesting skills you don't see a lot of heroes have, and they're all pretty good. So here we're just going to dive him. So... So, we got Tinker. I think Witch Doctor dies here. He was tanking the tower, and Witch Doctor has super low armor, so he just gets crushed by the tower. That's another thing I like about Shadow Demon is he has decent armor and health and mana. He's like, he just has good shit. I don't know why people don't pick him more like in the pro scene. I think it's mostly because he doesn't have a stun. But anyway, to finish up skills, Soul Catcher. You kind of saw me use it on Lena there. You have this is the cast range you can see, but it creates a circle. You have like it's like a circle cast area, and a random unit in that area gets this debuff, and it makes them take extra damage for 12 seconds. So when you max it out, it's 50% extra damage, and I think it's pure. Yeah, it is pure. Look at this. It's fucking 50% pure damage, okay? That means it's not reduced by armor or magic resistance. So if somebody on your team does 100 damage to somebody, and you have that on them, they'll take 50 more damage on top of that. The reason this is really, really good is because it makes even the tankiest people really squishy, okay? They basically have, I think, they have 1/3 less HP, right? Because if your team does 2/3 of their HP while they're soul catchered, the other third's going to be gone as well by the bonus damage, right? So say somebody has 3,000 health, when you put that on them, they effectively have 2,000 health. You see what I'm saying? So it's really helpful, especially against hard-to-kill people like Tuskar and Huskar and Viper, which they have on their team. And it really also helps you just absolutely blow up squishier targets, like Lena and Vengeful Spirit are kind of squishy. Lena more so. Here, just pulling again. Really, really fantastic skill, especially with somebody like an Ursa, or like a Void. Like a Void catches somebody out in Chronosphere, that just disables people for a long time. I can cast it on them, and Void can just wail on them with Soul Catcher, and it's freaking tons of damage. Third skill is the one I'm maxing. Really, there's not really another ability like this in the game, and it's really good and really interesting, okay? So this is called Shadow Poisoning. You can probably see me, I think I cast it earlier. Basically, you'll probably see it getting used a lot this game. It's fantastic, okay? So you throw it out. It's like a big line of effect. So if I shoot it, it will just kind of go in a line. And anything it hits will get a stack of Shadow Poison. And it will also take some base contact damage. 50 damage just by touching it. Here we see these Vengeful Spirit illusions. I figured they were illusions, but yeah, I see 2 of them, so I'm like almost 100% sure they're not just illusions. So I'm just like, whatever, just punch him in the face. Ursa is now strong enough because we fed him First Blood and stuff that he can just walk up and kill people, which is really good. And that's what you want to do as a support. You want to get to the point where your carry is strong enough to solo kill. Like if there's like one person in lane, you want your carry to be strong enough just to solo kill them, just kill them. Once you're at that point as a support, you can go and secure your own farm and go and help other areas of the map. Anyway, Shadow Poison. So when you hit them, it puts a stack on them, and when you expire the stack, it does damage. Okay, so at max level, it'll do 65 damage per stack. Okay. Also, though, here's the crazy thing. Okay. So, if you put more stacks on them, like initially you'll see it here, I think, because I think we have a bit of fight. But if you put 1 stack on them, they take just regular stack damage. If you put 2 stacks on them, you can read it, it'll do 2 times the stack damage. So 2 stacks will do double damage, okay? I missed mine there. That was a really good stun by Lina. That was a really good stun. She got all 3 of us, so we have to immediately disengage, which is just as well, because he used March of the Machines, which is this stuff. We don't want to walk through that. But yeah, and so if you put 5 stacks on them, it does 16 times shadow damage. I mean stack damage, okay? So it's 65 stack damage at max level. Multiply that by 16, okay? That's over 1,000 damage with 5 stacks of this. If you get 5 stacks on somebody, they just explode, okay? Like, if you get 5 stacks on somebody early game like this, they're dead. Like, you'll just dead it and they'll die. And if you soul catcher them and then you dead it, they'll just die too. So here I'll probably explode them maybe. I think I was just waiting for Ursa to get the last hits though. But I had 3 stacks on those with the 3rd level, so that would do 50 times 4. That'd do 200 magic damage just with 3. And I don't even have this maxed out. If I had it maxed out, it would do a lot. Storm said Viper was missing, so we were ready for them to come in here. I think this is a really good fight for us. So here's where I disrupt Void to stop him, prevent. So I dodged the Dragon Slave and stuff for him too. Here I use my ultimate, which I'll talk about in a second, on Viper. Here I'm stacking Shadow Poison. Like seriously, watch this. 3 on Tinker, 3 on Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit was Shadow catched, so she just fucking died. And here I catch Lina with another one. Get it again. It does so much damage. Soul Catcher, not Shadow Catcher. But yeah, I mean, you saw. I'm gonna rewind this real quick. Let's look at how much health Vengeful Spirit had. Not quite that far. Okay, that's her health. She was like at a 3rd health with 3 stacks and she just died. I mean, that's how much damage Shadow Demon can do. His only downside is he doesn't have a hard stun. Okay, he can't just stun somebody and say you cannot do anything for 2 seconds. He doesn't have anything like that. If he had something like that, I don't know what you would replace for it. I mean, all of his skills have their roles, definitely. He definitely has a lot of shit going for him. It really amazed me that people don't pick him more. Because he has such really, really strong damage potential. And he has really strong... Here I go in because I'm trying to get my team to go in, but they kind of just leave. Thankfully, I'm just stacking Shadow Poison right now. Because they can keep chasing if they want. So yeah, Lina just fucking dies. Ursa dies. My disruption was on cooldown, unfortunately. It has a really, really long cooldown at level 1, 25 seconds. If I had this maxed out, I could have saved him because it was only a 16-second cooldown. But let's talk about the ult real quick. This is also a really good ult, and it's exceptionally good depending on who you're playing against, okay? It's called Demonic Purge, I believe. So what this does is you cast it. It's a fairly long cast range, as you can see. Anything in this green circle right there, you can cast it on. Pretty long range. So when you cast it, it purges them of everything. So you see Viper has DD. If I cast it on him, he would get purged, and he would lose the double damage effect, okay? Seriously good. Anybody that casts buffs, somebody like a Legion Commander casting her steroid buff. Hold on, I'm gonna get go offline on Skype. I forgot that people were. I forgot I didn't log off. Sorry about that. But I mean, anybody who has like a buff, it's really good against. They don't have that this game really, so it's not so good. But it also drastically slows them. Okay, like a lot. You'll see me use it, and they're basically at a standstill for like an entire second, and then they slowly regain their movement speed back. And at the end of the duration, okay, here's kind of interesting. At the end of duration, they take damage, whatever. So I smoke here. Smoke makes you invisible until you get within range of a hero or whatever. I did it so I could walk through the creeps and he won't see me. And so then I just go here. He actually broke my vision. I probably shouldn't have disrupted, but I did.
So this is wits and
I think this goes badly. Yeah, disrupting somebody like that is bad because, you know, Viper has mechanism, so he's gonna kind of fuck with me here. But it's okay. I kind of just was trying to distract them from Faceless Void. Although, honestly, I probably should have ran. Because Void doesn't even have hardly any farm. He's not very strong right now. I should have just ran, because I just gave them my mega kill streak, which is 5 kills. That's like 600 gold. Because I don't know. That's my problem, is I'm thinking I'm a support. I should die for like the carry. But it's like Void, I have to remember that Void is not a carry. He was our off lane, okay? I shouldn't die. I shouldn't feed a mega kill just so our off lane doesn't die. And he doesn't even have a TP, so he can't get out easy. So kind of mistake. But so Shadow Demon, he's really good at controlling fights with disruption and his ultimate. I mean, if you can like, if they have a very mobile hero, for example, you can easily use Demonic Purge. By the way, other thing to note: Demonic Purge. The damage doesn't go through magic immunity. Like Black King Bar gives you magic immunity, so you can't be targeted by most spells. But Demonic Purge actually goes through magic immunity, okay? But if they're still magic immune at the end, they don't take the damage. The slow still works, though. So even late game, when people have BKBs, it is still useful, unlike something like... who is like some support that doesn't have something that works against magic immunity, you know? I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's quite a few. Like, for example, Lena on the other team, her ult doesn't work through magic immunity, unless she gets Aghanims, but that's an expensive item that most supports can't afford, especially early on. That's a late game item for a support. So, I mean, he's really good. Late game you can always disrupt your own teammates. He's one of the few heroes if one of your teammates gets jumped on late game, he's one of the few people that can just save them instantly. Just disruption. You cannot hurt them. There's no way to remove disruption. You disrupt somebody, they are safe for 2.5 seconds, no matter what. Okay? So it's really, really good. Shadow Demon is just amazing. Here, and this is something I feel like I do better on Shadow Demon than most supports. Because I play Shadow Demon kind of as a priority support, in that I'll support people, but I really like to farm with him if I can. Because, first of all, the poison that I'm shooting right now, it absolutely decimates creep waves. Like, watch this. I just killed 3 there, kill that one. And it makes him really good at jungling once you get Arcane Boots, which I have, because you have a large mana pool. So he can easily farm as a support, which is a good quality to have in a support. So I farm quite a bit this game. I actually get quite a bit of money this game. Here I'm just split pushing, because we killed their entire team just now without me. And so it's like, I should be pushing towers, getting farm myself, because what else am I going to do? You know? I can't help kill anybody, they're all already dead. So I'm really trying to push really hard right now, and try and take this tower. Getting this tower also will put me really close to my Force Staff, which it lets me basically push people with it. You know, you just push them in a direction. It also gives me some health regen, which is really nice. And it gives me a larger mana pool again, which is also really nice. Because if I have a really large mana pool, I can afford to do Shadow Poison like this and just farm. I'm regenerating 2.2 mana per second. I also have Arcane Boots to give me more mana. I can just get tons of mana. And I can just farm like this, because nothing's happening on the map right now. Like, we could try and push top, but there's only 2 there, and we know they have 2. We know they at least have 1 person top, and I think we see the whatever Lena there now too. And then Void leaves, so it's like, what else am I gonna do? You know, I'm just gonna farm. So I guess I could go try and ward some stuff, but we already have 3 wards up, so I don't even think we can buy them. I fucked that up there. I didn't get any of those. So here I think Tinker, he comes down off the high ground and I actually see him. And I'm like, we should go kill this guy. So I was kind of just waiting for Storm to go. So he goes in. I force staffed off screen to try and get there faster. So he manages to kill him, but this is going to end poorly. I was really surprised there because I thought for sure Huskar would jump on the Storm Spirit. I was super surprised he didn't. And I just go through here to break vision, and then I just teleport. Because Huskar doesn't have a stun, he can't break the teleport. So I just TP out. So that wasn't the best trade, but it did distract the enemy. So Ursa, while we were doing that, he was able to get Roshan. So we traded 1 for 1, although I would say Storm Spirit is a much more higher value than Tinker right now. Their Tinker is really underfarmed. Our Storm Spirits are mid. He is really good. Storm Spirit's amazing. So if him dying is really unfortunate. Because he's one of those heroes, he goes in, he just kills somebody. It's kind of hard for him to kill a lot of their people, but he can definitely kill like Lina really quickly. But yeah. So anyway, now I'm going to build a mechanism. It's a really great item on Shadow Demon. Makes you tankier. And he is generally able to get it off all the time because of disruption. Like if the enemy goes on him, he can disrupt himself. He can disrupt the teammate and then mech immediately after. He is a really good carrier for it, basically. He also has an extremely high mana pool to support it. What's his int game? He has 2.7 int per level, which is actually quite high. He actually has pretty good stat gain. 1.9 strength isn't the greatest, but 2.2 agility is pretty good. And he has high int. He actually has very strong right click as a support. You see, I have 92 damage, and I'm not even, like, that high of a... Like, I don't even have any damage items, really. Force Staff is the only thing that gives me damage, and that's just because it increases my int. So, meanwhile, we get a lot of kills, and we're just like, we're gonna go kill Viper. I forget he has mechs. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna ult him. The ult is on a really low cooldown. So here, I disrupt the Witch Doctor immediately after he ulted, unfortunately. So here, Lina, like, you can see the damage. The damage of the Shadow Poison is not to be taunted with. I basically solo killed Lina there, like, no problem. Just because I wasn't getting focused, I just was free to stack Shadow Poisons on her, and it does serious damage. Then Ursa came in and wrecked Huskar. Ursa kind of counters Huskar, because Huskar, he has a ton of magic resistance because of his passive when he gets low on life. So it's really difficult to kill him when he's low on life. Actually, I'm somebody who could actually kill him with magic damage, because if I pop enough Shadow Poisons on him, I can just kill him from half health when he doesn't have that much magic resistance. So I can definitely still do a lot of damage to him. And I'm also really good against him too, because I can Soul Catcher him, make him more vulnerable. I can use my ult to slow him a lot. Like if he's trying to get to a fight and I'm able to like kind of cut him off by disrupting and ulting him, that is really good. Especially since he was their safe lane. He's been farming most of the game. He's probably the most farmed on their team by far. You can check net worth. Yeah, he and Viper are both most farmed. You can see I'm third on our team in farm, which is pretty good. I am like above, I'm like almost caught up to their 2 core heroes, like their 2 most farmed. And that's just because I've been farming a lot. I've been involved in a ton of kills. And this is one reason I like Shadow Demon. Like right now, team's not really doing that much or nothing I can really get involved in. They're fighting by the bot tower right now, but I'm too far away. So it's like, huh, what can I do? Oh, I'll just farm these camps real quick and get a few hundred gold, and I'll finish my mechanism. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go finish my mechanism. I start heading over towards the Storm Spirit, just in case he needs help. But I almost have my mechanism, which is going to be a very big help to our team. So we're all coming in right now. Witch Doctor got an invisibility rune, which is really good. So I just ult Viper, because look at that slow. Ursa can just wail on him like that entire time. I managed to get all those last hits. I think Ursa has, yeah, he had the Aegis. I probably shouldn't have disrupted Vengeful Spirit. I didn't expect Huskar to come in, so I was, you know, I thought I would just be able to disrupt her, because you can put Shadow Poison and Soul Catcher on people while they're disrupted. So it's nice to disrupt them, get a guaranteed Soul Catcher on them. I actually ended up Soul Catching Huskar, and then Ursa just kind of tore him up. So it is an amazing skill. Anybody who's tanky, Soul Catcher just wrecks them. Like I said, they only have 2/3 effective HP then. So got my mechanism. Now you can see in the bottom right, I'm queuing up Aghanim Scepter. So Shadow Demon, I think fairly recently, got an Aghanim Scepter upgrade. You can see I'm second in net worth right now. Like, this is why I like him. He's able to transition to a farming role so easily, and just get a ton of farm, and buy a lot of really good items that can help his team. Okay, so he's really, really, really good for that. And so Aghanim's, what it does is it gives you 2 charges on your ultimate, so you can use it twice. Okay, it has you have 2 different uses of it. So it's really, really good then, because I can just like completely slow the shit out of 2 people. And it does a lot of damage. It does 400 damage at max level too, and I can use it on the same target twice if I wanted to. Like, if I see Huskar trying to go to a fight and fight my team, I can just be like, you know what, Huskar? I'm going to ult you twice, one after another. Let's see you get to the fight then when you're fucking slowed for that long. And he won't be able to. Here, Vengeful Spirit goes after me, but it's kind of like, whatever. I just go and I grab the Haste Rune and just leave. And that didn't even really hurt me that much, because I regen 8.8 health per second, because the Force Staff and Mechanism give me HP. They actually had some pretty good wards, now that I see it. If they have a ward right there, they can see us in here. So
the Dire went and fortified their structures.
I'm not sure what all they have. How can I see what they have? Oh god. That's the combat log. Where is the item thing? Is this it? Yeah, okay. Here you can see what people have. So Viper has a mech and is going for an Aghanim's. Huskar has Armlet, Urn, and Helm of the Dominator. So just a little bit of lifesteal. Quite a bit of armor, actually. Which is one reason Soul Catcher is really good. So here I ult Viper. And then I just go on Tinker. Because Tinker is actually pretty squishy right now. I really just want to kind of fuck with him. Also, thank God, I'm pretty sure this Witch Doctor is maxing his heal. It's so good. A lot of people don't max it, and it's really good. The Witch Doctor hasn't gotten nearly as much farm as me. You can see he only has 4,000. I have like double his wealth, you know? But that's fine, you know? I think he might actually be better to have more farm on, because his ult with Aghanims is insane. It's insanely good.
8 in a row. How about that?
Here I disrupt the freaking storm so he can try and run away. See, this is what I'm talking about. I just ult Huskar. He can't even get close. So I mech him just to make sure he can get away in case Huskar goes on him. But Huskar just says, fuck it. And just farms. Anyway. So now Storm Spirit has more money than me. But, like, honestly, me keeping up with the mid-hero is pretty fucking crazy. So Aghanims is quite good on Shadow Demon. Because, like, Huskar, you saw that his ult is really useful. Even if you don't need the damage, you can still slow people. And if I have 2 of them, it's way less important that I wait for the perfect time. Also, goddamn it, this courier is like so adorable. I got the red panda courier. I fucking love it. I love red pandas. They're adorable. Anyway, also my item build makes me really fucking tanky. I have 1452 HP with a mechanism and a force staff, so I have an escape, and I also have a way to heal myself, and I have disruption to stop people from damaging me, and I also have 12 armor, okay? So my armor reduces 42% of physical damage. So I am difficult to kill right now. Extremely difficult. So it's really, really helpful. This is one reason why it's good for me to carry mech, because I have so many ways to save myself. The Witch Doctor doesn't really. You can see the Witch Doctor, he complained about it during the game. Like, it was seriously true too. The other team would just jump on him. Huskar would just always jump on the Witch Doctor, and it was just ridiculous. Here we're trying to get the Vengeful Spirit. Yeah. But she has a Blink Dagger. I think that's like all she has, though, isn't it? She might have some other minor items. Yeah, basically Blink Dagger, Tranquil Boots. I don't know. Going a really fast Blink Dagger on Vengeful Spirit. It's not the worst idea, but against our team, I don't think it's very good. Like, especially with me on the team. I actually stopped my ult. I actually stopped my TP there. Because I figured they got it. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm not going to spend the TP. Because we can still push mid and make something happen. So that's another good thing about Force Staff. I can come in, I can initiate. So I cast my ult on Viper. So there it just ticked off. So he just took a lot of damage. Which is good.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
So here Void is getting pretty low on health.
Dire's
I was getting ready to disrupt him this entire time. That's why you can kind of see my mouse. I try and keep it near him a lot. If I can. Like right there. I just kept it near him. I kept it near him right when the rocket came up, because I wanted to make sure in case somebody tried to blink on him or something, I could disrupt him. Like, if Lena had blink, she could just come and blink and ult him. I mean, he might backtrack it and live, but if she blinks in and I disrupt him, you know, we can catch her out and just kill her then. Boom, another, like, 130 gold. Like, seriously. His ability to farm is amazing. Right now, I'm trying really, really hard to finish my Aghanims and also get to level 16. Because then I'll have my max level ultimate, and I'll have 2 of them. And then, once I get my Aghanims, like, that's going to be as strong as I'll, like, be for a really long time. Until I buy another, like, really expensive item. I think I go for the Scythe of Vice after this. I don't know if I complete it or not. But, I mean, you can... Shadow Demon is just so good. He is just so good. I don't know if I've said that too much, but it's like... Go around and farm. Like, look how aggressive I'm being. I'm a support. I'm taking their jungle. I'm like, whatever. Don't care. Taking their jungle. And it's just insane that you would do that as a support. So he just, like... He has so much of... He has a huge ability to keep people safe and to also really assist your team. But the issue is with him is if you don't have time to build up the poison, he really doesn't have the greatest damage. Compared to somebody like a Lena or something. Lena can just pop her ultimate and, like, instantly do, like, you know, 1,000 damage. You know, if I don't have Shadow Poison, what can I do? I mean, I can, like, ult somebody for 400. And now I can ult them twice even, but that's still only 800. Like, Lena's ultimate still will do more. So, I mean, he doesn't have that much damage if you can't get Shadow Poison stacked up. If you can't get Shadow Poison stacked up, though, it's insane. Like, I mean, I've had it before where you'll get, like, 3 stacks on the entire enemy team, and it does so much damage. It's also fantastic for counter pushing, because the enemies that have to get close to your tower to hit it, so you just put Shadow Poison on them. And once they get, like, 3 stacks of Shadow Poison, they're like, fuck this, I'm not going in there. Because once you get the 4th stack, like, every stack doubles it doubles the damage. So, like, the difference between the 3rd stack and the 4th stack is absolutely massive. And the difference between the 4th and the 5th is just like, well, you're dead, is how much it does. And, like, even our fucking Void, who is hideously underfarmed, he's been farming too much this game, I would say. I wish he would farm a little less. Yeah, he got hit again by Lena's ultimate. He was like, god damn it, again. He was getting hit by every ultimate ever. Ursa's been farming a lot this game, though. Let's look at other stuff. You see, I don't even have that many last hits either. It's just because I've been in so many kills. 918. I haven't died, and then I've had a lot of kills. Is one reason I have so much gold. So, I mean, at this point, we have 4 people topping their entire team, and it's kind of like you guys are fucked. Yeah, oh my god. We have a huge advantage. We could have ended this, like, 10 minutes ago, honestly, probably. I mean, a 20,000 gold lead. We have, like, time and a half their gold. You know, it's a lot.
Rough day for Dire's bottom racks. fond farewell to the Dyer's bottom barracks. Dyer's top tower, you know
Yeah.
the drill.
So we can kind of just walk up and take it right now.
Top tower.
I don't know why she tried to swap. I actually disrupted myself because I thought she was going to stun me. But she didn't. I don't know what she was doing there. That was a very strange move. I think maybe she wanted to swap and then blink, but she just fucked it up somehow. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why you'd blink and then do a point-blank swap like that unless you wanted to like interrupt an ability, like a channeling ability or something. Because the swap does do a stun, a little mini stun that can disrupt channeling and stuff. So I get my Mystic Staff here. And like my damage, I'm hitting for 150 right now. Without any like purposeful attack damage items. It's pretty ridiculous. And I almost have 2,000 mana. It's absurd. So meanwhile, my team is just murdering, because they can do that. And I mean, that's the benefit of playing a support and, like, you know, helping your team out, is that, like, me getting strong makes my other team get strong, makes the rest of my team get strong. Because I'm able to help them, able to heal them with mech, able to keep them alive, able to secure them kills. Like I did with Ursa, like we secured the kill for we secured a lot of kills for Ursa, me and Witch Doctor, and that helps him snowball a lot. And then he does really well. I don't even know how well our Storm Spirit did in the beginning, but he did all right. And so yeah, at this point we just have a huge gold advantage, and we're just able to go in. Like, what are they supposed to do? If they jump on anybody, I can disrupt them. Void has Chronosphere, which if they initiate too hard, like really the Chronosphere is just kind of the nail in the coffin for them. Because even if they go in, we can just, like, I call GG here. It might be a little early and people might say bad-mannered, but it's like, we have Mega Creeps at 34 minutes and we have time and a half their farm. I don't think they're going to be able to get... They're not going to be able to come back. They don't have good heroes for it anyway. If they had somebody like a Phantom Assassin or somebody like a Coddle who could clear waves easy or something, maybe they could do it. But it would still be really hard. We'd have to fuck up super hard. We're kind of just murdering their base right now. And they're kind of just sitting in Fountain at this point. Another thing, I felt like our team was just really well mannered. We communicated a lot, which I think helped out a lot.
Technical difficulties.
And we communicated a lot, and we bought good items, which is good. Especially me and the Witch Doctor, we were like really coordinating wards. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but the Witch Doctor was mostly taking care of it, but I offered to. He was warding the Ancients here. Here we go in for a little bit of diving at the end, because why not? Why not do a little bit of tower dive, a little bit of fountain diving right before the game ends? So game ends, we win, GG, and I mean, at Shadow Demon, it's just like, I didn't really do, it didn't feel like I did a whole lot, but I got a ton of kills, and I was able to just farm a lot, okay? So like, if it had been a closer game, I would have been able to make a huge impact with my items, because I was farming so much. But as it turns out, the rest of my team was also farming extremely well. And we were able to just kind of wreck them. If I recall, the Ursa, Void, and Witch Doctor were all on a team. And then the top four on the other team were. I think Lena on the other team was the only one who wasn't on the team. Yeah, Tinker just got fucked this game. I mean, you look at his... He had 261 gold per minute. Like, honestly, look at me. I had 469. I had almost as much as our mid-hero, Storm Spirit. You know? And I had 500... I was level 18, for God's sakes. Level 18 as a support at 30-some minutes is pretty good. Like, there'll be like 50-minute games and supports won't even be max level. I probably would have been max level at around the 45-minute mark or something. I don't know. So yeah, Shadow Demon is definitely one of my more favorite heroes. Support heroes, specifically. And he is just like... He has so many... I like him just because he's interesting, for one, too. I mean... Like, nobody else has, like... Well, I guess, Outworld Devourer has Astral Imprisonment, which is a banish. But it doesn't work exactly the same. It doesn't spawn illusions or whatever, which is an interesting mechanic. Shadow Demon is actually really good against people like Anti-Mage, because you can banish him, which will create illusions that can drain his mana. And then you can ult him as well, which severely hampers his mobility, which is one big problem with him. If you can, like, silence him and then ult him, he's not moving. and then you can use Soul Catcher on him, and that makes him really squishy despite his spell shield, you know? So he's really good against tanky people. Like anybody who's tanky, he just like wrecks. Like I'm just imagining something like a Shadow Demon, like a Shadow Demon Slardar Elder Titan. Like think how disgusting that would be. Elder Titan removes all of their base armor. Slardar casts amp damage, removing a fuck ton more armor, and then they get Soul Catchered. Like they are going to get destroyed. I think Elder Titan and Shadow Demon is an extremely strong combo because you can disrupt somebody into Elder Titan's stomp, and then you can just collapse on them and completely wreck them. So I think that's a really good combo. It really kind of absolutely wrecks people with the total, because it really makes them take a lot more damage. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I might try and do a little bit more Dota, but I'm more focused on TF2 right now, and I'm gonna get really, really busy soon, and it's gonna be like disgusting to get anything done. So no promises on getting more stuff out. I might try and stream a little bit, but who can say? Anyway, God, Shadow Demon is so much fun. Like the only person, like I like Lena, but I don't think she's as fun. The only person I think who might be more fun is Rubik, and that's only because of his ultimate, where he can spell steal. So I think the spell steal is just super interesting, and I love playing Rubik. But Shadow Demon I would say is way stronger early, and he has way more farming potential. And he has way more farming potential, and he has way more, like I guess damage potential than Rubik. Rubik is one of those heroes. He's one of those very opportunistic heroes. You wait for the perfect moment to like steal reverse polarity or something, like a huge ultimate, and then you steal that, and then you make an impact. Shadow Demon is just always there to make an impact, even at level 1. Like level 1 disruption completely saves the game. Like I've seen pro games where there'll be like a level 1 5v5 fight, and the other team like blows all their stuns on somebody, and Shadow Demon disrupts them like as the stuns are in the air, and the stuns don't land then. And then the other team just wasted all their mana, and now they've overcommit, and then the other team can turn it and just wreck them. So it definitely does a lot. So anyway, there's Shadow Demon, super fun hero to play. For some reason, I don't see him played like at all lately. I haven't seen him played for months. Like I feel like I'm the only person who actually like plays him when I can, you know. Like honestly, if there's more than 2 stuns on our team, I like almost always want Shadow Demon over like any other support, because that his only downside is he doesn't have a stun, really. I mean everything else, strong right clicks. He has some disable. He has pretty good damage, especially if you can stack Shadow Poison. Good farming potential. Synergizes. He has a lot of synergies with a lot of heroes, and he does a lot. And so, I mean, his ability to save somebody with disruption is insane. You can completely save somebody, then force staff them out, then mech them, and it's like, well, you know, you just saved him, no problem. Then there was like nothing the enemy team could have done really, unless they like stunned you or something after you disrupted, you know. And if you're sitting far enough back, that's not going to happen easily. But anyway, enough blathering. That's all I got for now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll get some more Dota 2 out in the future. Hopefully actual live game. Although I do kind of like doing the post-game stuff because I feel like I can discuss more some of the finer aspects. Because when you're actually playing the game, it's like too much work to actually try and explain the abilities in depth, really, or do anything like that. So anyway, that's all I got for now, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.